Well, hey, B, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to the channel, honey. Listen, life after lockup, love during lockup, love after lockup, girl, whatever it is this week or next week, we finna get into it. I do believe it's called Love During Lockup, and we got some new couples, and I'm excited. I love to get new couples, okay? I remember I reviewed this show like years ago, and then I stopped. I'm kind of glad to be back into the universe just a little bit, and I'm glad we get new people because sometimes I get tired of seeing the same old people all the time, honey. I really, really do. And y'all let me know if I should start covering a little bit of the drama over there on social media outside of just the show itself. Y'all think I should like tap into the people's social media and see what they got going on and add additional context to some stuff, because sometimes they be over there getting into some things on the social media. So let me know how y'all feeling and if you want me to start like looking over there, seeing what they got going on and bringing y'all some of the latest tea on the people. All right. But in the meantime, I do want us to go ahead and talk about it because we get some new couples. And please, please forgive me, y'all. I do not have images up here. I know some people don't watch the show and they primarily just watch my review. So please, please forgive me. Matter of fact, give me a second. Because if I can find something real quick that got everybody's photo on it, I'll share it. If not, catch it on the flip. Give me 1 second. All right, here we are. Okay, we got some new couples, and the new couples we have is Rob and Tia. Okay, that's interesting, right? Because we already had a Rob, so I don't know if he's gonna be as decent as the last Rob, but we shall see. We also got Crystal and Sam. We have Bradley and Savannah, and then we have Hunter and Kate, who have a pretty interesting story. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, everybody's is interesting. So first we have Tia and Rob. We are introduced to them first. Okay, they're both, I believe, 32 years of age, and she says that they're twin flame connections. Okay, I did not really capture what it is that she does for a living, and I should have because I feel like I may have captured what everybody else does, right? But anywho, he is about 45 days away from getting out of prison. Okay, he says that he hasn't had sex in 8 years, and let me tell y'all, the fact that this man says that he hasn't hunched on anybody for 8 years. Listen, I am wondering if he finna go crazy out there. He finna get access to all of these women and he finna hunch and bunch. Okay. I also wonder if he had any privileges to have some type of visits. You feel what I'm saying? That we could get a little touchy and a little piece of Philly is what I'm wondering. But anywho, girl. So she met Rob by way of her cousin. Okay. One of her favorite cousins happens to be married to Rob's sister. Okay. She says that him and her have been talking for about 8 months or whatever. So she's head over heels for him after 8 months. And that is a bit concerning considering the fact that, she seems to fall very hard and she's had, an abusive relationship and stuff in the past and stuff like that. So I don't know. I hope this goes well for her. She's a beautiful girl and we just gonna see. And he's not so bad looking himself, I must say. All right. But I also feel like he got somebody else. I do. I feel like he's talking to someone else, and we're gonna see. So what we learned is that the reason he's locked up is due to like convicted. He was convicted of robbery or something like that, found guilty of robbery, and it was a list of other things. I think he may have also had drugs on him or something like or marijuana or something like that. And he's been locked up since the age of 24. Okay, so listen. That man was young when he went in there at the age of 24, and now he's 32. I feel like he gonna come out and try and get what he pick up where he left off. In all honesty, pick up where he left off. And when he went in there, as cute as he looked, I bet he was even cuter at the age of 24. So I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed in contact with some women or a woman from his past at that time. I don't know, but I would not be surprised, honey. We just gonna have to see. Now, she asked him like, what's one of his goals or whatever once he gets out? What's his biggest goal? He said his biggest goal is to be with her, spend time with her once he gets out, and really like form their relationship. He says that when it comes to him celebrating, he wants to celebrate his freedom with some strippers and the homies. She feeling away because she's like, what the? Wait a minute, okay? He said he want to be around his family and stuff, and she's like, wait a minute, wait. So you mean to tell me that? You told me that we were going to have the first 2 days to ourselves. The first 48 hours was going to be with us. And then you turn around and now you're saying that you want to spend time with some strippers and some homies. So they're going to bring the strippers to the house and stuff. That's what you're trying to do, really? Now, listen, I do feel like it's selfish, and y'all let me know y'all thoughts. If you're not married to this person that's coming out of prison and you expect them to spend all this time with you once they get out, I don't know if that's really fair, especially for her, because you just met this man 8 months ago. So, for you to want to occupy and get all of his time immediately, once he gets out, I don't really think that's fair. I think that let that man get his time with his family, just a little piece. Maybe y'all could get 2 hours to yourself or something like that. But I'm sure he got relatives that want to see him and be around him, just a little bit. So that's just what I'm thinking, especially for a person that's been locked up for about 8 years and you've only known him for about 8 months. Slow down, little mama. Slow down, okay? So, anywho, she says that at this time she's extremely vulnerable. She says that she does carry some trauma from her past relationships, and if she gets hurt by him, she don't know if she ever gonna date again. I don't know how much time it's been since her last relationship to this one. I'm hoping that it's been like a few years in all honesty, and it wasn't just like a few months in between. Because if it was, I don't think you're ready for another relationship. Even if it was a year in between, I don't know if you would necessarily be ready for a relationship. I feel like people don't understand the joy of just dating people. Some people are like, they are such relationship people. They want to be in a relationship so bad and belong to one person. And I get that. But then also, I feel like when you so driven and focused on that, you kind of rob yourself of the opportunity of really exploring and seeing what it is you really like out here in these streets. Okay? Now, I would never talk to nobody in prison, but if that's what you want to do, entertain somebody in prison, don't let that be the only person you entertaining. They might have great conversation because they ain't going nowhere for a while. Have a Snickers, okay? So get you somebody else on the outside, and then let me tell you what you really can do, girl. I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all really could. Now, see, if you're a person that gotta have a zick, okay, or gotta have a click, then I think you should get that one person that don't want no relationship, but just wanna hunch. Potentially, you know what I'm saying? Now, maybe that's not good to have that little piece of baggage, but girl, I'm just saying, get you a little piece of zick, and you zick them down. So most of the time when you meet new people, they be trying to come at you on some sexual type stuff. But if you already got somebody else that's knocking it down and zipping it around, then you ain't really gotta, hunch on the next people. You can really put kind of like your standards out there just a little piece. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what y'all talk about. Like, can we form like a friendship, get to know each other or whatever like that, to where, I probably at some point down the line, if we get serious, I'll stop humping on that zick. But you can get to know somebody. Because if they don't want no relationship with the person that you zicking on, they don't want no relationship at all. And it's just like y'all got to understanding that it's like giving benefits and you go about your business, then get to know somebody else. And then don't cross that line with them sexually just yet. Get to know them. And when you feel like it's getting serious, then you completely cut off that because you ain't got no attachment to that. You just hunching on them. And then, I feel like when you take the sex out of it, period, whether you got another zick on the side or not, when you take the sex out of it and you start setting your standards for what you interested in, what you not finna go for, what you this and that, you really see what you're working with when it comes to these men out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be easier for you to see who's playing and who's not playing. And you probably could get your man much quicker. I don't know. Y'all leave some advice for the people down there in the comments saying, because the people they gonna need a little piece of help. But anywho, so that's what she got going on. All right. I just feel like, Lotto, don't let that be your only nigga, okay? Unless you married, then maybe it'll hit a little piece of different. Anywho, let's go to the next. No. Actually, we're going to stay on them for a second because I want us to talk about when she goes to see her cousin Toya. So her favorite cousin Toya happens to be a medium as well as a tarot reader, a tarot card reader, okay? So her cousin does the cards for her, and she asks pretty much like, what do you see when it comes to me and Rob? She says, I see happiness. I see peace. I hope that he brings her that. I do, because she is a bigger girl, even though I just feel like she's not as big as she may think she is, okay? To me. She might be a big girl, but she's not like big. What that person said in the This Is Messy episode, a blowout. I don't think she's a blowout, okay? I think she's a bigger girl. She's super cute, and I really hope that he is into her, and I hope that he does not play her. I think a lot of times when people see a guy that look like him and he's more fit and stuff like that, they think he wouldn't be into her. But I hope that he proves us wrong. Kind of like Rob from the other season, right? Rob don't seem to be that bad of a guy. All right. It's just that his mama and him don't have great relationships, and they don't see the mama beefing with the wife. So hopefully this Rob is a decent guy. We gonna see. But anywho, so Tia learns that it's happiness and peace in the direction of Rob. She says Tia needs to heal. She needs to continue to heal from the past situation that she's been in. Tia says that she was in an abusive relationship. She broke bones in her foot, but I don't know more details about that. How did you break? Did you do that by trying to get away, or did he break the bones in your foot? So don't say I broke bones in my foot if you didn't do it and he did, or she. I don't know what you were dating last in, in the past relationship, but prayerfully you was trying to get the hell away. I need to know how that happened. I don't need to know, girl. That's just me being nosy. I nosy know. Okay, I want to nosy know what happened. But anyway, girl. So we learned that because Toya is a medium, she can be in contact with her wife's and Rob's mom, and the mom came to her and told her that it's time for him to, be in that place of love with somebody, and she approves of Miss Tia. So that really made her feel good. She's getting emotional about it, and it just really made her feel good to hear that from the mom that she is approved. And this girl makes me think about Teeny. I'm sorry, not Teeny, but Zuzu, Miss Zoo, and how she went to her psychic friend or tarot card reader friend. And I don't know. I don't know if the lady is being authentic or not. Some part of me feels like she might be a bit better than the one Teeny. I keep saying Teeny, than the one Zoo went to. But Zoo probably could have been on point. That lady probably could have been on point with Zoo as well. It's just that Zoo just a damn fool, okay? So we going to see over time what's going to happen with their relationship, because that lady said she saw the tower card, meaning it's going to be some drama and some chaos and shit going on is what it sounds like she said. But anywho, with Miss Toya highlights that there's another woman or something like that. Tia says that she doesn't know where he'll be staying at, is what she says when he gets out. And then the family says, Toya says that, well, there's a young lady that's a friend of the family. Okay, he's gonna stay with her, but after a month, he's gonna want to come and stay with you. Okay, so she's like, wait a minute, a young lady? Now, see, I don't know if Toya is being like for real when she say this, or if she got this information from the sister, because the sister was talking to the brother, and the brother said it, but was like, hey, don't tell Toya that. So I mean, don't tell Tia that. So I don't know, girl, but that's what's going on. So what he tells us though is that he's gonna be staying with a chick named Brooklyn instead of staying with Tia. Because I think he said something like, because they're so new, he doesn't know if he should stay with her as soon as he gets out or something like that. So it sounds like he already had some things set up with Miss Brooklyn. So he gonna end up staying over there with Miss Brooklyn. Rob doesn't plan on letting Tia know about this, but it seems like she done found out anyway by way of the cousin. Now I don't know who this Miss Brooklyn girl is, but it's given a bit of messy, and I would not be surprised if him and Brooklyn have a bit of history. I don't know if Brooklyn is somebody he just met when he was in prison by way of pen pal, or if this Brooklyn person is a person that he's known from back then. Ooh, when I say I'm here, I am seated. Let's get into it. All right. Next up, we have Savannah, who's 27, and Bradley, who's 28. Okay. Savannah happens to be a bartender that works at a golf course, so a country club or whatever. So she's doing that. And she says that she started dating Bradley like 2 years ago, I believe, before he got locked up. But they had been knowing each other for about 5 to 6 years or whatever. I guess he threw a party or something like that. They ended up meeting through a friend. And then later on, we learned that he was the one that used to supply her with like the marijuana and stuff. So he was her dealer. Child, ain't that messy? So she wants him to get his name tatted on her, so he gives her a call. She wants her name tatted on his zit. He said, hell no. You need to figure out something else, come up with something else, okay? We could probably get some matching tats on the wrist, but if you think you finna go below the waist, you got me, fat girl. If you don't go away from me with this, is you finna get my name tatted on a piece of your clit? Oh, okay then. Back up off me like that. So he was locked up for transportation of a firearm along with some drugs and stuff. Now, what we learned is that she the one that got, now see, they finna be a doozy, because she the one that got the damn drug addiction, okay? She had to go to rehab for her drug addiction, and we learned that she is a recovering heroin addict. She looks pretty good though, I will say. She was pretty young from my understanding when she got started, but she looks good. She looks like she's been doing better, but she does let us know that she will always be a drug addict. Now, I don't mean if that means that she's continuing to do drugs, i.e., marijuana, or if that is a label that they give, people that are addicted to drugs, and y'all have to let me know. Is that a label that always sticks with them? Once a drug addict, always a drug addict, kind of like once a cheater, always a cheater? Or could she be talking about her continuous use of marijuana? Maybe she's not doing the heroin or the cocaine or things like that anymore, but she's still doing marijuana, which therefore makes her a drug addict, since they saying that, that's a drug. Let me know. But she's a recovering addict from heroin, and she says that she was dating a person that was a drug addict, and she dealt with him for about 4 years. And she didn't really do the drugs from my understanding, but I guess she tried to support him through it. And he had a daughter that she absolutely grew to love and took on that little girl like that was her child. So she says it really broke her when they broke up, because all of a sudden he just broke up with her and took his child from her. So she says what really made her get to her breaking point and start using drugs was when she woke up one morning, and after 4 years of being a mother, she wasn't anymore. And that really broke her down, and that's what led her to get on the drugs and stuff. Okay. Now, I don't know if she's telling the truth. Maybe she dabbled in some drugs with that partner and potentially started to do even worse drugs after the breakup. Who knows? I don't, but this is just what she's telling us. Now, what we also learned is that her man only does marijuana. He doesn't do all of those hard drugs. And he's like, as long as she does not try to force on him her lifestyle, he's good. So now he got me questioning, okay? If he is likely going to be the more sane one in the relationship than she is he going to be the one that's going to have his SHI together better than she is? Because it's wilding me out that these men are coming out of prison and kind of be sometimes having the shit more together than the damn girl. That's crazy work, but we gonna see, okay? So she says that she's been clean off meth and cocaine for 2 years, but says that she'll always be a drug addict. So that's what it was. She was a recovering heroin addict. I guess she's not doing that. She did meth and cocaine, but I don't know if she's still doing coke or if she's just doing marijuana or what. I guarantee she's gonna be doing marijuana when that man get out, because if he can still do it, I believe he will. All right. So he supports her, but he don't want her pushing that off on him. Come to find out, she comes from a pretty good family. Okay. Now I hope this family is not giving racist. Since your grandmama want to build her house like a damn Thomas Jefferson with some pillars and stuff, girl, I couldn't have no house with pillars. Cause let me tell you, y'all better knock these motherfuckers down and put some different type of beams up. Okay, I said I don't want no motherfucking pillars in front of my house, and that's what I mean. So y'all need to knock them down and figure out something else. Get me something else up there. Okay? Put something else. I don't know what y'all need to do, but I'm not trying to give plantation on all this damn land. Matter of fact, knock all this shit down, okay? Really, I wouldn't have told them to knock it down, girl, okay? That's probably would be too much. Just build out from what we got going on and restructure the front part of my damn house. But grandma liked it, okay? She liked it. She wanted to go for that Thomas Jefferson-esque type of home, and that's what they got, okay? But it seems like she comes from a pretty decent family. I don't know where her dad is. I guess he wasn't around, not sure. But she lives with her mother and she lives with her grandma. So she seems to be well off. And those be the kids that's well off that go out and show their damn ass. And I don't know if it's that you got to keep the kids busy or what. I know for me as a parent, and I don't even know. I just prayed a lot. You know what I'm saying? Over my baby. And now I got to do it all over again with another one. And also just made sure that he was aware about drugs, how it affects your body, what it makes you look like. You know what I'm saying? And I just kept it open. I just kept real conversations with my child early on. I do feel like sometimes when you shelter them from things, it does make them want to learn more about that, especially when you shelter them and you don't fully explain things to them or show examples and stuff. But then also, it's so many different parents out here that they may have tried so many different things and none of it worked. If that's the lane that child's going to go on, That's what they're going to do, And I would think you want to keep them busy, keep them involved in activities and stuff. But sometimes that's where they're influenced the most, when they're around these different types of friends that's introduced to different type of things in their household. So you just never know. Just got to have open and honest and conversations. And I know people love saying, I ain't one of your little friends. Well, sometimes you do got to be a friend with your kids, okay? You got to be friend enough to where they can feel comfortable coming to you, talking to you about anything. I want my child talking to me about having SES before they talk to their goddamn friends about it. Okay, being that I was a teen mama. Come talk to me. Let's talk, have a conversation. What you want to talk about? What you want to know? You feel what I said? What you want? What you need to know about? Come talk to me. We can have some talk. We can have some conversations. I know you're a young man, but you can talk to mama for a little piece, okay? But anywho, there's that. Let's see. So she talks to her mom. Her mama ended up cooking. Her mama was lying like she really wanted her to help her cook. Girl, she didn't want the girl to help her cook. She wanted her to come down there so she could see what the hell going on with their boyfriend and her, so she could have a conversation with his ass. Like, get down here. Okay, so she go downstairs with her mom. Her mama asked him, what is your plans, Bradley, with my daughter? I need to know what your plans is. What is life giving for you outside of the prison, honey? Where's you going to stay? What you got going on? I guarantee you that girl going to be trying to slide Bradley into that home. Just a little piece, okay? She's going to be trying to move Bradley on in. Her mom thinks that they're pretty toxic with each other. And she's like, Mom, what? You really think we're toxic? She said, girl, if this man is telling you shut the fuck up and hanging up in your damn face, toxic is what it's given. So if you don't like toxic, do I need to make it sound like a luxury thing, like toxic? Because that's what it's given to me, okay? Now, what we learned is that we talked about Bradley being her weed dealer at one point. Her mom says that she's worried he isn't going to change anything and likely going to land back in jail, or that it's going to influence her daughter to go back down the road that she's been down. And, it makes her pretty emotional because she don't want to deal with that. She don't want to go through that. And I pray that she never has to deal with that ever again. I pray to God that she never has to deal with that ever again with her child. Okay, so I hope we're going to see. She tells her mom, that she doesn't have to trust him. She has to trust her and trust that she's going to make the right decisions. We shall see. And I hope that she looks great. She looks great. I hope that we don't learn that she's doing any more hard drugs at a later time. I feel like you can kind of tell though when they done dip back into drinking or doing drugs. Maybe sometimes you can't, but I'm hoping that she stays on the good side of things. Okay, let's move on and get to Sam and Crystal. They're both 29 years of age, from my understanding. I believe that he is a medic, paramedic, ambulance. Y'all correct me on the correct term for those individuals that drive the ambulance and they go out and assist people. So they've been married for about 2 years, okay? She's currently serving a 14-year sentence where I believe she's done served already 7 of those years, and she may be up for parole. But before I knew that she was up for parole, I didn't really like how she was acting with my boy, okay? So she's charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon because with her ex-husband, they got into it. She ended up taking a kitchen knife and she cut him on the forehead, and she was sent away for 14 years. Now, y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Maybe they consider that attempted murder, but I feel like she probably should have just did 7 years in general, and automatically had probation, or maybe had did 3 years in prison and automatically got out and did the remainder on probation. I don't know, but I just feel like y'all let me know, because maybe I'm being a bit too lenient, because I'm like, how deep was the cut? Did he run into the knife? Was he trying to abuse her? Because sometimes it could have been warranted. I feel like women there are a vast amount of women locked up for defending themselves. In my personal, they have defended themselves against abusers, and I don't know if this man was or was not one. Okay? I don't know if he was or was not one. But does the time fit the crime? I feel like after 3 years, she would have learned her lesson, and she should have been able to be out and work her way back into society. 14 years is a bit extensive to me. But I also wonder, did you get those 14 years because you was trying to plead not guilty or something like that, and you didn't want to take accountability, so it went to trial? And if you go to trial with it, baby, then chances are it's going to be worse. You feel what I'm saying? So you probably could have got you a good old attorney, and it also shit, cause money talks. Okay, in that section, you probably could have potentially got you a good attorney, and if you didn't have any type of history in the past, they could have potentially given you a lenient charge. But I don't know. All right. But either way, she locked up, girl, and she could potentially get parole, so we'll see. Now, Sam is newly divorced. He had a wife before her. They ended up divorcing. I think they could have been together since high school, though. But they ended up divorcing, and he decided he was going to reach out to Crystal on this pen pal website. Reached out to her, and he says he was looking for a pen pal in Texas because he feels like the Texas women have a reputation for being so, I guess, a good reputation. So he decided to do that. Now he's from Oregon, from my understanding. So he gets to know her, flies down to see her after 3 months of talking to her. And it was in that moment that he just fell more in love and was like, you know what? I'm going to make a change and I'm going to relocate my life from Oregon to Texas. Okay. Because I ain't here in Oregon for me anyway. All right. Now I ain't going to hold y'all. Y'all, now the people out there in Oregon, don't jump on me. Okay, I might have to come and visit or something, but it is given Texas may be a bit more jumping than Oregon. Okay, y'all let me know now, because Oregon might be hitting on some things. It don't sound like it. All right, so I don't blame that man for wanting to relocate. Just a little piece, okay? And after a breakup, girl, after a breakup and a divorce, everybody be trying to get the fuck out of Dodge, for real. So he says that, Crystal can be a jealous munchkin. And that's what I didn't really like, okay? Because she was talking on the phone to him and said something about him cheating and making sure he ain't cheating, making sure he ain't doing this or that or whatever like that, as far as sex, right? She don't want him to be out here hunching on other women. And I'm like, BIT, you need to get him, I ain't saying give him a pass, but some part of me is like, hey, if the roles were reversed, like, I would expect a woman to get a pass, because who the hell trying to do time with you? I ain't even know you when you got locked up. I'm just not learning about your ass, okay? And you think I'm not gonna go hop on something? Like, we need to have some piece of agreement or something now. Okay, we need to work on, cause like, what? I guess. But anywho, Kevin asked, and Kevin is one of his, I don't know, coworkers or boss or something, asked him if he thinks that she's talking to somebody else because he's not talking to anyone else. And I believe he says no. Okay. Um, he says that he don't think she dealing with nobody else, but she says, listen, I think he might have some secrets. And the reason why I think he got secrets is because, bitch, I got my own too. Okay, I ain't really been completely honest with him. And what do you mean? Were you not completely honest about what really got you locked up? Were you not completely honest about when you're getting out and whether you're up for parole? Or are you not really honest because you've been entertaining and talking to other men? We'll find out on the next episode. So, anywho, I said that I hope that he does smash somebody else, okay? And I hate to say that, y'all. I know we want to stay loyal, but girl, I don't know. Now, we learned that Sam is very close with Crystal's grandmother named Rita. I believe he calls her Riri. He says Riri is like his only friend. Baby, what we learned, let me say this. Her mother died 3 months after she got locked up. Imagine that. You out here showing your ass and got locked up. Your mama passed away 3 months later. I couldn't imagine. I don't want to. I hate that for her. She's the only child as well. She ain't got no siblings, so I'm sure she feels alone at times. Her dad wasn't a part of her life. All she has is her grandmother. Okay, and thank God she has Sam, so hopefully she does right by him. All right. Sam seems to be a really good person. He goes over, he checks on her grandmother, he takes care of her, he provides her with anything that she needs. And Sam don't even make a whole lot of money. Okay. Sam appears to take care of Crystal while she's locked up, giving her luxury items, food, different movies and music and stuff that she got to pay for all of that. And he looks out for her on that. And he also provides groceries and things for damn Miss Rita. He might as well move into Miss Rita damn house instead of having his own damn house so he can save on some damn money. He take care of her. And let me tell y'all something, Miss Rita will love that, honey. You know why? Because Miss Rita want to be that wife. Yes, ma'am. She loves some Sam, baby. And she was like, she asked him something about them being together when she gets out. How do you think things are going to be when she gets out? He's like, I don't know. I'm hoping it's like opposites attract or whatever. I'm hoping that we're going to be good. She says, I really hate it when you guys argue or whatever like that. And I said, yeah, Miss Rita want that man to herself. Miss Rita want that nice young piece of tenderoni. He gonna sit up there and say that he told Crystal that she's his first wife and Rita is the second wife. And Rita said, who the second wife, me or Crystal? Okay, he says, well, you're the second, she's the first. Miss Rita gave that look like, Baby, Miss Rita want her some Sam, baby. Okay, Sam, I better not find out you been over there digging in Miss Rita guts, tearing that old lady insides up like that, knowing that you married to her granddaughter. That's a nasty, but I don't put it past y'all Caucasians, okay? All right? Hurt some of y'all. Hurt some of y'all, but y'all know how I go. Y'all know how y'all get, girl. Let's keep going, okay? Good luck. Hopefully Crystal gets her parole next month. We gonna see. I hope so, because I really don't be caring sometimes to get invested in some of these people's storylines and the person doesn't get out. Like it was two people from this summer. It was the two guys. I cannot think of their names, but it was two guys. It was a gay couple, and the gay guy that's in prison still be knocking the niggas down. Meanwhile, the boyfriend on the outside don't know. He was expecting him to get out, I guess, within a year, but I think he ended up getting 5 more years or something like that. I can't remember. And it's like, dang, y'all done got me invested in a story, and the man ain't even getting out. Then it was the other lady, I can't think of her name, the black couple, where she owned this company, some financial company. I guess she did taxes or whatever, and some stuff went down, and I think she had to close the business, had to relocate and stuff, and thought the man was gonna get out early, but he wasn't. She ended up getting with a janky person that wasn't an attorney, just like some regular old guy trying to help him get out, and he didn't even have his stuff together, and they paid him money. I can't think of her name. She had the two daughters. But whatever it was, y'all will know. Y'all will correct me in the comments. But I'm invested in a story and ain't nobody even getting out. So prayerfully, all of the people that they're showing us are getting out. So I was glad to hear 20 more days, 45 more days, 10 more days before this person is out. That's what I want to hear. All right. Whereas we got this one couple she's up for parole. And even with that, I feel like it's a waste of time, because even though she's up for parole, I feel like it might be a few months before she gets out. So don't get me invested and we don't get to see it. Anyway, so let's get to Kate, who's 28, and Hunter, who's 33. Now, Hunter is a bit handsome now, girl. Actually, I feel like Bradley wasn't bad either. They got some decent looking men now. They got some decent looking men that's over there on the locky down. Now, she says she's trying to train her dog primarily because he's about to come home, and she don't want him to get ate the hell up like Brahman got her ass ate up by that other dog, okay? So she's trying to go ahead and get that dog trained, right? So that is going to happen. And then what we learned is that they dated for about a year before he ended up getting locked up. And he got locked up because he ended up having like a few DUIs from my understanding. I think he ended up getting caught up with drugs and stuff. So he had a lot going on, and that's what landed him in prison. And he tells her that but I don't know how long he's been locked up though. But he's about to get out soon. I feel like she said he was about to get out in like 2 weeks or something like that. But he don't have long. So what he tells her is that he done messed up. He's like, I got something to tell you, I done messed up. And she's like, about what? He said, it's these women, babe. It's the women. And I'm like, what the hell you talking about, the women? She know she know he talking to other women. Come to find out, yes, she do. She do know that he over there talking to other women, child. And I was like, well, that's interesting, because most guys don't tell women that. Well, it sounds like it was her idea. Come to find out, she's a yoga instructor, and she don't make it like that. And she know that while he on the inside, he gonna need to be able to take care of himself. And let me tell you another thing. Miss Kate thinks she's slick. I see what you're doing. She made sure she did that to set herself apart from the other hoes, okay? And also to keep an open conversation between her and her man. Now, let me tell you, if Kate gonna let him entertain other men, I wouldn't be surprised if Miss Kate gets zicked down on the outside, in my opinion. Now, she allows him to have sugar mamas and other women and pen pals that's gonna put coins on his books and stuff to help her take care of that motherfucker. And let me tell you something, I'm not mad at her. Some part of me is like, girl, that's smart. B-I-T, that's smart. Just hope that it does not backfire, because you also about opened up a can of worms. But he gonna do that anyway. Whether you opened up the can or you didn't, he potentially was gonna do that anyway. You just opened up a pathway for him to keep it a buck with you. You feel what I'm saying? So, okay, girl. So, anywho, she wanted the emotional connection, but she didn't want the financial responsibility of him. That's why she chose to open it up. Now, he got caught, right? And this is where he messed up with the women. So he be showing a little skin or whatever. He be showing a little something to get a piece of change about the ladies. And I think vice versa, right? So he over there having sexual flirtation and stuff, and one of the guards, I guess they was walking around and they caught him. They checked their laptop and stuff and saw some stuff. So basically that could potentially hinder him getting out. Okay, so he could have more days added to the time he's supposed to get out, which could prolong that, right? So, anywho, what she was saying was like, well, yeah, so she's like, listen, I want you to stop talking to those ladies. You might have to stop talking to them if they're going to jeopardize your time getting out, because I'm trying to be with my man. Like, we can't be prolonging this, okay? So then she was like, how much are you even making from these ladies, right? He said, I'm getting like $2,000 a month. She said, oh, well, wait a minute now, damn it. I didn't know they was paying you like that. I'm thinking it's a few hundred. It's 2,000. Okay, yeah, then keep that shit going then, okay? You do what you need to do, okay? And stack that up. So she says, damn, I didn't know it was that much. She says, well, listen, do me a favor. Go ahead and send me a list of them hoes. Who is the ladies that you messing with? Send me a list of them. He says, okay, are you going to reach out? She was like, I mean, I'm probably not. I ain't going to promise you that I'm not going to reach out to them, just because if they step out of line, I will be at that door and at that neck. Okay, but do what you're supposed to do and send me a list of them hoes. Okay, now granted, I feel like he ain't gonna give her the full list, but he gonna give her a little piece of something. So he tells her these ladies want to pick him up when he's released. So he's kind of getting these ladies more invested, really thinking that it's something when it's really not, and he just playing them. Right? Well, he did say he got a little complicated with one of them. Okay, and I also think she's one of the ladies that think that she's gonna be picking him up too. And I think he may have caught a few feelings for this lady, and I think he may talk to her a bit more than when he talked to the others. So it's given he got two different ladies, but he ain't telling her because he thinks she gonna blow a fucking gasket when she find out. And she might, or she might let you keep using it on the inside and the outside to make sure that she gonna be able to pay for both of y'all bills. Because it don't seem like she finna go get another job anytime soon, because she enjoys what she do, being a yoga instructor. Girl, now that's some messy boots, honey. That's some messy boots. Now she out there pimping her man out to help him out and potentially finna help her out. Y'all got to let me know how y'all feel about that. I'm not 100% mad at her about it yet, but I don't want to see her get really upset with him about nothing when you opened up the floodgates for this to happen. Okay, but if it was an agreement for him to not develop a further connection, then I guess she can be upset because y'all agreed on what to do and not to do. But I also hope that y'all set some type of I don't know. If she says that she wants you to cut it off, I think he needs to honor that and just cut the shit off, in my personal. That's just what I think. Just honor it, cut it off, so we all could just move the hell on, okay? But we gonna see how it plays out. Y'all let me know how y'all felt about the latest episode of the new season of Love During Lockup. I'm Jami, that's me. Y'all know where to find me over there on the Instagram, the Blue Sky Child, the Twitter. Y'all can find me, girl. Go on, slide over there to Facebook. I need to get a bit more active, okay, over there on the Facebook. But make sure you guys go over there and find me. And honey, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be